Welcome back. It's turn 22 on our Nidavangr playthrough. We're entering year at the end of year 1, and I am so happy we found some magic sites. So we have a Starlit Pond, which is probably 1 Astral, and Burial Mound, which is 1 Death. So we're increasing that diversity, and we didn't find anything it looks like here. So, but hey, I will be happy with what we get. So we had a couple battles. First one underground. Again, this was, I believe, with the Zots. So we'll just do a quick check. Yeah, with our Zots. And we try to spread out with having our female wolf clans in the back and front line, and moves our bears back from what happened last time with our Prophet in the middle. So we see the Zots do jump in on that back side. And on the top, I decimated this wolf. I probably should have combined the wolf clans together more. So still some Zots back here for some reason. They haven't flown. Got some undead. And our female wolf clan is trying to get to that rear just to go ahead and take out commanders. So overall it looks good. I think we lost more troops than we needed to. But overall we're going to check our Scar Souls in the end. So yeah, the wolf clan just got decimated with that one pack. We really should have kept them together and lost 5. So more losses than we should have if we were better in thinking about it more strategically. And the other one was that knight fight that we want to take back. So we brought in Wolf Clan to go ahead to add some quickness to our sacreds. I want to go ahead and it should show up, right? Well, yeah, here it is, quickness. I was going to do a quick test preliminary. Did he cast it on himself? That square was hit. It was not. It was not. I thought he cast it, oh, here in this back square. So this square was as well with those 3. So we get 2 squares of quickness. Looks like one just got trounced, but again with, oh, I think that was a poison from the moss body proccing there as well. So overall, destroy the knights. Hopefully we didn't lose too many Scar Souls on that. Of course, it will not show up here. It's always good just to go ahead and do a quick check here. And so we lost 4 total bodies, or souls, if you will. Scar heart is it? I want to say souls. Yeah, I almost confused myself there. What else we have? So an Umbra. We got another false prophet that we're going to have to root out. Got some gold, and Dominion got trashed in Tiny Willow, and that's our ink pot, which is unfortunate. Would like the Dominion to stay to keep trying to bring this unrest down, because we're not really going to go in there to risk diseases, but it is what it is. So, turn. Let's talk about always global politics and personal politics. So we see TC crushing Uric. They're going to, I don't think they're going to be thrown off, and they're getting that as a win here. The other thing that TC has to be looking at, so just to recap TC, I think they have 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, about 11 provinces. But Vanheim just ended their nap. So Vanheim is definitely going to be swallowing TC, or looking to swallow them. I shouldn't write TC completely out, but Vanheim is double their size. They haven't had, the only person that has opposed them is Micklin, and we already saw Micklin getting taken out a couple turns before our scout died, and we're trying to get another one there. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens, how much they can hold. TC really does have the throne position, as we talked earlier. 4 thrones right there, with a 5th throne being beside their cap. But with Vanheim taking probably Micklin in this throne, if they capitalize, we really are going to have to be careful in the future. What are the other nations up to? So we have Ashdod pushing back Man. We're seeing them kind of try to push out. The vampires hit Man last turn. Let's actually go ahead and bring a province down. We're going to keep this one hiding. I want to see if they reclaim from the vampires, but I believe that Man's going to try to push in. He probably wants to take out these temples that Ashdod has put up and see what's going on. So Man, we were right. They did finish a palisade, and they're still there. So I expect this army to be moving out to fight End. because they're at war with End and Ashdod. And this is where personal strategy, having to think about what we want to do with. I was worried about TC, but TC and Vanheim are going to be fighting. I'm curious at how long they will be able to stay up, but this may be our time to strike man and end our nap there. And if we're seeing this do badly, I feel like we're going to have to be fighting Vanheim. I do not want to fight both, but I think this is the only chance we have to do anything. And then we have End that hasn't really expanded out, and we are protecting our nation, building up this palisade. Will be done in a couple turns. What are we doing movement wise? Because you see our treasury, we're using everything now. So for our site searching, we've regrouped for our nature and water mages and still hitting those. If we look at whole, we've gotten about half. It's been very subpar. I don't think we have found 2 fire sites, but we haven't found any nature, any earth, or any water that paths that we're looking for. So that's unfortunate, and we've looked at quite a bit. So we have some site searching still. We have our crow that's still site searching, and I believe that's it. Oh, and then our underground site searching is moving as well. Our movement strategy, you see we're trying to regroup and be ready for that man push because I feel very confident on that. So we're recruiting our wolf clans for stealth to try to do some raiding. So we're having in the Dead Forest. We also are recruiting, I think is it Uric? Yes. Where we're now getting a commander over here to be close and go ahead and hide these troops to be ready for that. And believe that, and then of course our caps, our fortified areas. In our one to the side, we're getting an apprentice just from a lack of gold treasury. We're building a fortress still, and we're getting wolf clans here. We're moving down a lot of troops to go ahead and get out that profit, and we'll go ahead. I've learned my lesson. Let's attack closest. Let's just move to rear, and wolf clan farther up there, and we'll just do fire closest. I believe is it E? No, firing to keep distance. Hold and fire. I'm gonna have to actually look at the command. What is just fire? Fire is F. You would think I would know that, but I do not. And stay back. So we're gonna bring this one to root out. What are we doing underground? Since this one seems, even though we could take it, we want to be in position, especially if we're ending our nap soon, to come up and start invading man. So we're gonna push north and then east to claim that up. For the tunnels, we're going ahead and build a palisade. Umbra shares a lot of resources, and even though I need to actually look this up because Water Province is a land do not share, but I assume underground and would share adjacent, but I need to confirm that because now I'm questioning myself as a whole. But we're going to go ahead and build a palisade, especially because we're sharing this as a structure with Vanheim and be ready in case they come underground. And it's the highest pop we have seen over a few provinces, and want to go ahead and get that forted up, and to have this as a station where a place between us and man. So hitting the Cave of Madness, we've reset strategy, had all of our female wolf clan to hit rear with a bear to support them up at the top. And then for our ones at the bottom, we have this charging like what we have. And our souls are still doing fairly well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're missing 10, but still very strong, still quite robust when it comes to moving this troop through. So we talked about planning and moving things around, bringing up a commander, grabbing these. From this area so this is something I learned and messed up. So I thought since we didn't see that lab because Indy owned it, it wasn't there, but it is what we expected. The lab was still there, just not the temple. So we are building a temple to start recruiting mages as well, and then pulling our wolf clan back over and to get ready either for the War on Man or this throne. And some reason our Dominion really got trashed here. Maybe we only had one in there, but I'm surprised by that. Then our eastern flank, we're building this palisade. We're still preaching. We only went down one candle. We're hoping to get that more, turn this over to start researching as well. Actually, we'll go ahead and throw this sword in the lab, since we will not need that right now. And our army is kind of beat up, but still a lot of, still strong enough for the need. And here's that bug again. So we don't share province with End or have a scout nearby. We see End, but when we move adjacent, I'm sure next turn we'll see it change again. So that is it. Oh, the last thing, bidding mercenaries. So did have a master that can get us underwater, so we're going ahead and bid there. I believe that should be fine to take down these 14 Shamblers, and we know it's only 14. I feel confident with a water elemental and a mage doing that, so we're hoping to get the bid and also go underwater. That is the last update on that. But anyway, thank you again for a slightly longer one, and hope you have a great day, and see you next time. Bye. Welcome back. It's turn 23 on Nidavangr playthrough, and let's jump in to see what's going on, because we have found a magic site. Garden of Frozen Flowers. I believe that is a water one. Yes, so we are continuing slowly with finding things as we can. Didn't find anything to do for us, and we have a battle in the Caves of Madness. So this is us moving back into our normal troop. Most of our female wolf clan reavers should be able to get through these fairly quickly. Not seeing there be big of an issue. Let's go ahead and just fast forward completely. Using bark skin. Ooh, they almost got to the back line there as everyone's rushing in. So, doesn't look like we took many losses at all. We lost 2 of our female wolf clans, so yeah, so pushing through underground to get ready for when man and I clash. We also have death scale pop up in Case of Madness, place we just took, where famine struck. We also found Vanheim. So Vanheim is scouting out. I think this is on our eastern flank. Yep. So nothing really special. I doubt it would be anything. He's going in, so we're not even going to watch that. So, but Vanheim has seen us where we're at on their eastern flank, and we did get our mercenary to try to find underwater. So let's talk about the plan and the strategy of where we're at. So as we see, Eric keeps buying, I believe, all the mercs that he can, like the city guard. I imagine they're going to hit south, but just in case we have people coming in here, let's go ahead and put a retreat action for our mages here, in case they get found, to have a good chance of getting back out. So we want to go up, site search, and move, as we're also building up an army on this side to be able to take Beltane back, or Beltane, sorry, Beltane. So as the end of Uric is appearing, we know end of Micklin is coming. Vanheim has surrounded them completely, and I want to talk slightly before we move on, but Vanheim has offered a nap 3. Now, I'm not really sure what to do. I know they're ending their nap with Ch'i to try to take this throne position. I feel weighted of not taking it or not, because they may be trying to push in on the end territory, which we wouldn't be fighting over territory anyway. Maybe it would be advantageous for us to go take it, but we're going to keep watch here, because I feel like we cannot continue a nap as they're gunning for these thrones that are in the middle of this land. So it is just depending on what happens, but it would, making sure that it's kind of just odd because we're not anywhere close yet, except I guess this is our front here. So if we make peace and we have a front on our very eastern side flank, then once man and I go at it, that will have some assurances. And since man already has an app with them, maybe it would be fine to do so. So I'm thinking about considering it, but we're going to keep an eye if we need to end it very quickly. But we're at this point, it doesn't, I feel like, behoove us in any sort of way. But the same thing opens up for Actually, now that I think about it, if we agree, then that means that they can throw their full force on TC, and we really need TC to hold on while we fight man. So now I've talked myself out. Maybe I don't think I will accept a nap. Just explain that we're not looking to start a war, because I don't want them to just then move everything over here. I think that's the best call, because if I do nap with them, they will just go ahead and move everything to TC. So, change mine, and I'll get that message out. For humans joining up against sea elves, but not really. Where else are we at? So we're trying to monitor this war front with Man and Ashdod, but we're not really seeing movement there on either side. So a lot of Man's infantry, I'm surprised by this. So he moved from Silver Fangs to Kura. I wonder if he's trying to get to the throne. He's going to go around and hit this throne. I'm not sure, but we know End and him are at war. I believe it was not just a bum, right? They have fought. So we have trying to just manage this army. We do see like we knew from last turn, Palisade up here. So we know Man has 3 forts and several temples, and they probably have a 5th temple somewhere to try to push up their dominion. All right, what are we doing? Since that's a majority of our other nations. So again, we're site searching, we're still recruiting, we're getting a lot of Wolf Clan Reavers to go ahead and have a force to be raiding inside when we go to war. On our underground, we are still slowly taking provinces. We have brought in a group down here to patrol and get rid of that prophet. On our eastern flank, we're building a palisade here to kind of be that protection side. And we're going to build a temple, site search, and the next time probably build a lab, site search. Want to get that temple down to get Dominion pushing as well here. On our eastern flank, or I guess not even eastern, our cap, we are still site searching. We're recruiting, getting our wolf clans up. So in Dead Forest, we are having a group, and in Uric, we're also recruiting. We're also getting a lot of our blessed ready to go for this war. So either come through Silver Grove and head up, or get ready to move and march on and try to talk about positioning. Since Man and I have this border, we know their caps here. This is where a lot of their infantry is coming. Our goal is to try to tie them up in the back with enough sacreds, but I mean they're getting enough, as many sacreds as we are, and I feel like our goal is going to be using our foreign recruit to just keep bolstering our numbers and keep managing losses as we push in. The one good thing we can do is that foreign recruit also has some really cheap warrior. These are practically barbarians, I think, very close stat wise, and even though they're undisciplined, you can get a Cub Mother to keep them in rank. Believe it, and they're not restricted to skirmish formats. So we can mass recruit these. They take very little resources, very little recruitment points, and you have basically siege strength. So I'm hoping we can knock down something very quickly. On our eastern flank, we have, I think, one more turn for our palisade. And then after this, we may move up to Glistening Woods. But we want to secure this front. We're still trying to preach down this dominion. I don't really want to go to war with N, but if Man is not doing anything, we may just do that on our side as well. We still have a decent army here that we can bring in and hit. Research goals, we're going to be hitting non-enchantment for this turn. Next turn, again, our big things that we're hitting is Cloud Trapeze, and we're also getting twice born for our Crow Mages. After that, I'm going to get 1 point in construction to be able to have some basic level equipment, and then moving up Conjuration. Thought about, I don't think they're worth the death gems at this point. I haven't played enough around with them with the Drogar, but be good just to go ahead and have, we can get into earth power and getting into our nature to be able to do summons if need be as well. But now, or we might just start diving into evocation. It would be great to start going through our evocation pieces to move up the chain, because we know we'll want to eventually get up to level 7 as well. Again, I really haven't played a lot with the curse, and with the unicorns MR, I don't know if we could actually do anything in thaumaturgy, but maybe it could help us with our own MR. But these are options, but I think that will be it as we turn into the next year and actually start moving forward. So again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Welcome back. This is our Nidavangr playthrough, turn 24, as we are moving forward in our introduction to learning the nation. So year 2, let's see what's going on. It looks like it's going to be a great year for us since we found a magic site, enchanted well, so another, I believe, water gem and gem deposits, so some income. Let's go ahead and jump into battles. So our first one is in the caves. Probably not going to look at this too closely and see if there's anything that really can learn. Probably none. Actually, I'm going to fast forward this. So our standard buff of just throwing out cat size, group bark skin, and keeping our sacreds in the front line, and we have this group, but it looks like we are starting to do some banishment as well. Yep, and there it is. So let's go ahead and see how much we lost. Lost one more of our Nidavangr, our female wolf clans. So then we have man, and it looks like, oh, man was able to reach that throne. So looks like a lot of barbarians, some mage support back here, water, air magic, and just a rainbow of fire. But I'm going to go ahead and see. So we can kind of see some of the spells casting Envenom and quickness. Oh no, that was quickness on their side. Let's go ahead and we have a prophet who's divine blessed. So envenom arrows, we knew that. Personal luck. Anything else that we want to be cognizant of? Let's see. Knight doesn't have any pathways. So the daughter cast personal luck, and that was it. And the wise man cast envenom. And the monk has no paths. So really not seeing a lot. It's just using these sacreds very well. Again, 17 defense, 18 protection, unicorns. These unicorns have such high protection in MR as well, and morale. Very jealous, but these unicorns are just going to blitz through those barbarians. Yeah, I don't see any hope for this group just collapsing. Combat round 7, 8, 7 that he routed. So yeah, so very strong force coming in from man to take this throne, and just watching it. And yeah, it's pretty clean too. They lost some, but you see not a single knight was lost, and just very strong fight for him. And I was surprised. I really thought they would have taken this to end, to clean up that war. I've been waiting for them to move off, but looks like there's just this large doom stack that you gotta figure out what to do with man. And oh, and this is about, we were thinking that Uruk was going to hit us. Oh, they only bring in militia? One. They only brought in militia with a captain. So probably should not retreated our mages. But who wouldn't? Oh, they've already retreated. Oh wow, that was so quick. Yeah, let's hope our mages retreated successfully. They did, which I thought they had a very high chance with the morale in the land. But we're gonna have to move them back to side search. But yeah, they just took out the militia really without any losses there. And then we have our water attack in the pit. So again, try and use our merc that we purchased using quickness on an elemental, and this should not be any problem for this group of shamblers. Again, very low protection, low defense, 2 attacks, yes, but having quickness with 4 crushes, yeah, just destroyed them. I was like, did they even get a hit? Missed. They did hit for 6 points of damage. And everything else, yeah. So that's a clean fight. So, and what else do we have? Unrest, so some more children disappearing. And oh, we were able to root out the false prophet that we were looking for. So we got our palisade done, our fortress done. And so let's jump into the turn. So TC still beating on Urik's gates. Imagine they're going down and we're bringing over troops. Watching man, I believe they took the windswept desert, so I think Ashdod is going to. I'm really watching this army here. This is the one I'm worried about more so than anything. But need to get more scouts up. And they hit end and then they're not doing anything with end. Debated a lot myself if I should go into end or not. Actually, you need to be preaching. Let's try to go ahead and get this this dominion back into ours. But right now we're just kind of still patrolling and moving and going to wait one more turn. I'm wondering if Vanheim's going to hit end. On the news of Vanheim, did not respond, not agreeing to a nap, trying to stay neutral between not looking to attack, but I don't want to just fully say, hey, we're in a nap, and then have Vanheim just throw everything against T and Ch'i. So staying neutral there, we'll see if they attack. But what else? There's a lot of site searching. We're still recruiting some of our Wolf Clan stealthy boys. Not high stealth, but we're trying to get in some troops still in the Dead Forest. And then in Urik, we're recruiting still Wolf Clan Reavers where we can. So grabbing those. We definitely have some people still site searching. So we have our 2 crows that we've recruited. Then talking about research, we're going to be hitting enchantment 4 this turn. We're at 160. We're going to be hitting that twice born at level 4, and going to go ahead and twice born both of them. So making sure I move into a lab to go ahead, and thankfully this one had just finished, and now we have another crow. Our 4 death crow is already, so site searching and then going to twice born as well in the impassable mountains, so getting them set up. What else are we doing and moving? So we're moving some troops over, looking to take on Belenane, and then also we're going to go ahead and ping this throne with a scout. Just go ahead and see what they have, and want to see what their gem economy is. Again, we have a good grasp of what they have, but I want to know, are we looking at a lot of gems with these earth gnomes, for instance, what it's looking at. So let's go ahead and pull him a little bit further up and see what's happening. We may be hitting, if we're not sure about man, we may just be hitting our own throne. I feel like we have good troops in this palisade, and we're recruiting more of our Nidavangr, and then in the Nidavangr, again, pumping out our sacreds to be able to fight it. And so we have a good amount of sacred troops that I think that we'll be able to, let's say, bless and get some stamina. I don't think we've talked about this, and I haven't done that. I'm waiting until we get a little bit more experience, but they don't have high encumbrance either. Its encumbrance is pretty low with just wearing scale mail. So I imagine they'll be going to be fighting for a while, especially against all these vine men. But yeah, this is kind of it. Watching man, watching our flanks with Vanheim, and then also in the underground, we do see Vanheim, and moving our units up to go ahead and support this palisade that we're trying to build. So we want to go ahead and make sure we have our strong border where they can't come in through. We changed up our fight a little bit slightly because there's a lot of ghouls. We're going to compact our troops to make sure that we're not just trying to flank in the rear, that we're getting through and cutting through all these ghouls that they have going on. But yeah, that is it. Oh, I think we have to talk about the ocean now. So since we took the pit, we're going to be recruiting these very pathetic militiamen, but we have 1 or 2 more turns with Master Gibber, or Gibbur, and we want to hit another land. So we're probably going to hit the Infinite Sea. No, 52, 54. They do have a lot of troopers in Triton, though. and then this has a Kraken. So maybe it will be the Hydromancer and Sea Trolls. Actually, it's probably going to be the Boat Eater. So probably once we recruit with our last turn, come over here to take this land out. But our income 2,800. Finally getting some gen economy, and we're going to be thinking about what next turns bring. Again, really the showdown with man is going to be coming soon. So anyway, thank you again for watching. That will be it for turn 24, and I see the start of year 2 is going to probably have a war starting, and let's hope we survive. So see you next time. Thank you again. Bye.